Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Mommy.
Please stand and body your spirit as we sing our gathering hymn number 1018 in your teal hymnal, Come and Go With Me. Welcome everyone to the Unitarian Universalist congregation of Hillsborough, where we constantly strive to be an open and welcoming congregation to all who seek community and support. We don't worship in one specific way each week, and we don't require that we all adhere to one common creed or specific belief, but rather we are a covenant community committed to loving and supporting each other, advancing equity for everyone, and fighting for justice in the world. No 2 weeks are quite the same here, as we have a wide variety of speakers who come to offer us different perspectives and thoughts. So if what you hear this week doesn't resonate with you, try again next week. The service will be something different, and it might be more your style. Whoever you are, member, guest, or friend, and for whatever reason or purpose guided you to join us, either in person or online, we welcome you. My name is Heather Kraft, and I am the worship coordinator for today's service. As a lay-led congregation, there are a lot of contributors, many of them behind the scenes, who make our services possible. So please join me in giving a big thank you to everyone who helps make the magic happen. Today we will be hearing from Lenore Brayford from the Piedmont Farm Animal Refuge. She'll be telling us some stories from the sanctuary, and I'll be introducing her in more detail a little bit later on. Whether this is your first time being here with us or your 1,000th, we are so glad that you are here. So please take a moment to turn to those around you and say, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Long time no see.
Before we create our time for worship, we're going to take a moment to share important announcements. First, this is a good time to see that your cell phone is silenced or turned off in worship mode. We will have coffee or tea after the service, and then there will be a showing of a video at 12:30. I had that in here wrong. I apologize. And As always, all of our announcements are on the back of your order of service and in the e-news each week. And if you don't get our e-news, there's something on the back of the order of service where you can give your name and information to our program administrator. Are there any additional announcements?
So many.
I know.
Like, so
How many hats you wearing right now?
I had to write them all down because I didn't want to forget all of them. Okay, the first one is, as your treasurer, that Don and I came in this week. We did your annual tax contribution letters, and for many of them, we mailed them. For those of you who we thought we had a good chance of seeing today, we left them in the red folder. If you want to pick up your tax letter in person right now today, it is in the red folder, probably. Otherwise, it's in the mail. And if people don't pick up their one out of the red folder, we'll just stick them in the mail after today. So that's the first one, as the treasurer. The next set are from Justice Team. First for Animal Justice, as Heather said, after the service today we will have a movie, Forever Home, which is about the Piedmont Farm Animal Refuge that you'll be hearing about today. In between the service and the movie, I have snacks. I don't have like lunch, but I have hearty snacks. So that you won't be like, oh, I'm so hungry, I can't stay for the movie. So, we have snacks for you. I will do my best after the service to start preparing them. They'll probably be all put out by like 12, and then the movie will be at 12:30. Okay, the next announcement is that there will be a vegan cooking demonstration happening at our UU neighbors in Durham. ERUF is hosting this. Will be on this coming Saturday, the 17th. I originally had announced that this would be at 5 p.m., but it will not. It will be at 1 p.m. There is a link to register for that out in the hallway on the bulletin board, and I will be there helping as a volunteer. We're trying to have a collaboration between us, and this is with ERUF's Earth Justice team, as well as the Bull City Veganuary Challenge. So we encourage you to register. There are 20 spots available for this class. Last I heard, they had 7 signed up already, so there are spots available for you. Next, I'm collecting recipes for the e-news for Veganuary. The current recipes went out in your e-news. If you have more recipes that you would like to add to the recipe list, please feel free to email them to me, and I will get them added for the e-news recipes next week. Okay, that's all the animal justice. Now to Earth Justice. On January 19th, which is Martin Luther King Day, which I have off of work and you might too, there will be tree planting at the confluence with the Eno River Association. So the Justice Team invites you to come and plant trees with our partners, the Eno River Association, on that day. The next is for social justice, which is that the Interfaith Voices for Reproductive Freedom. We need a new representative from our congregation to them. Molly was our representative. She's no longer active here. So if reproductive justice feels special in your heart, you might want to be our liaison to that group. And so we're looking for someone new to take on that role. Their next meeting will be this Tuesday, January 13th at 7 p.m. at the UU congregation in Chapel Hill, and it's also available on Zoom. So if you are available then and want to be our liaison, please let Justice Team know about that. Okay, my next announcement, I'm sorry, I really have a lot of announcements today. My next announcement is that I'm going to be hosting Tu B'Shvat, which is the Jewish holiday of the birthday of the trees. I have a flyer here. I also hung one in the hallway, and it has a little QR code to RSVP. Tu B'Shvat is a holiday where we celebrate and honor trees and we eat fruit. So if that feels appealing to you, please come celebrate Tu B'Shvat with me. And then my last announcement on my list is that you may know that we're having a cow on January 25th, and that I'm also doing the Bylaws Task Force. And at this cow, the Bylaws Task Force will be giving you an update on our work and asking for your input and conversation about the things that we're talking about, which are right-sized governance as well as consensus. And that's in addition to what the GovCo, which I'm also on, will be doing, which is talking about our open questions, about your opinions about risk discernment in our congregation. And then we also need to affirm a new member to the GovCo, and that's why it's a cows, because that means the official affirmation. Those are all of my announcements. Sorry I had very many.
Thank you,
Hi, Aurora. I have one RE announcement. That is, we are a little short on folks on our team right now, and when people are sick, it's sometimes hard for us to find coverage. So, if anyone would be willing to volunteer one day a month and be kind of like on standby one day a month as an assistant for either the youth or the elementary class, that would be really helpful. Just come talk to me. I'll get you. Amy will do your background check, and assuming you're going to pass with flying colors, then you can jump in and start volunteering once that gets cleared. We just need people to like show up and be. We have our child safety policy says we have to have 2 adults, and so there are just sometimes when we need just another person there to kind of corral kids. You don't have to prep stuff. You just need someone there. So thanks.
Well, my name is Amy, and I always have to say something after there's an announcement like that, because I have lived religious exploration for the last 50 years that I've been a Unitarian, and it is by far the most engaging and interesting and way to get to know some of the members of our church by helping out with the kids. So do it.
Okay, piggybacking on the RE announcement, we are going to be kind of beta testing a program in March, something I'm referring to March Madness, because it's driving me a little bit insane. I'm putting together adult faith formation classes, which will follow service every Sunday in March. It's a whole program. We're going to do all ages services for all 5 services in March. Are going to be intergenerational. Then the children can go to their religious exploration classes, and we will have adult faith development offerings as well. This is just a test program, so there will be lots of surveys and stuff to see what we like and what works for this congregation, so we can invest our time and money into whatever programs we want to pursue. So please plan on coming in March. Plan on staying till 12:30 to enjoy some new adult RE offerings. What else? Pathway to Membership Workshop is next weekend, next Sunday after service. If you're interested in membership here at UUCH, if you're just curious about membership, come and check it out. There's no pressure to join. It's a fun workshop, hour and a half. Heavy snacks and childcare are provided. I think that's all. Thank you.
All right. If there are no more announcements, we will now create our sacred space by the lighting of our chalice, the UU symbol for the light of truth that each of us seeks, the light of hope that each of us brings, and the eternal light of love. And the chalice lighter today is our son, Jacob. Our chalice lighting words are "Into the Circle" by the Reverend Dr. David Breeden. We gather into this circle. We gather into this circle of care, to dream, to envision, to embody and achieve. The compassion we dream, the justice we envision, the dignity of each in an ever-growing circle of love and justice. Please rise and body your spirit to sing our opening hymn, Our World is One World. It's number 134 in your gray hymnal.
Touches water, makes us whole.
welcoming community where we find connection, a sharing community where our joys are celebrated, and a caring community where our sorrows are lessened. Each Sunday, we take some time to reflect on the special happenings that have occurred this week among our members and friends. Some choose to share aloud, while others choose to remain silent, and here we make room for both. After sharing, each person is asked to drop a stone into the vase on the altar, which symbolizes the communal connection and collection of our experiences. By taking this time to share, we strengthen the bonds between us. If you would like to share aloud, please take a moment before we begin to center yourself and collect your thoughts so that what you share this morning is personal, heartfelt, and brief enough so that all have time to share. We hold all of these things within the heart of this community, both spoken and unspoken, by remaining silent for a moment as we consider what has been shared and how we might respond. We're now going to close this time together with Amen and blessed be. Amen and blessed be. And now I believe Aurora is going to come up and tell us about our RE classes for today.
So our elementary class will be continuing learning about the value of pluralism and have a story and some Lego activities related to that. And our youth are going to be brainstorming some fundraising ideas for our service projects.
All right, we're going to sing the children to class with the children's recessional. The words are in your order of service. The melody is in the back of your gray hymnal. May your mind be open to new learning. May your lips bring truth into the world. As I mentioned earlier, our speaker today is Lenore Brayford. She is the founder and executive director of Piedmont Farm Animal Refuge, where she leads a passionate team dedicated to providing lifelong care for rescued farm animals and advancing a vision of compassion and respect for all beings. Through her leadership, the refuge has evolved into a nationally recognized sanctuary known for its animal-centered design and its welcoming spirit. Please help me welcome her.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm so pleased to be here with you all, and I want to thank you for inviting me. Thank you. Can you hear me okay? Yeah. Great. I want to thank you for inviting me to share about the nonprofit that I founded, Piedmont Farm Animal Refuge. I want to tell you a little bit about the organization, but mostly I want to share some stories of the incredible animals who live at the refuge. So the refuge is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We were founded in 2012, and we are on 45 acres of land in Hillsborough, North Carolina. It took me about 40 minutes to get here today, so from one sanctuary to another. And here at our sanctuary, we provide lifelong care to farm animals who are rescued from abuse, neglect, and abandonment. And we have over 100 rescued animals currently. And those include goats and sheep, chickens and turkeys, ducks and geese, cows, and one guinea fowl named Frizzle. We're also currently building and fundraising so that we can rescue pigs in the future. And our ultimate goal for these animals is just for them to simply be as happy and healthy as possible. And one of the ways we are able to do that is through our unique animal-centered design approach, which is all made possible because of my partner, Paul, who is an architect. And this is how he lends his skills to the cause. So when we do that, we try to learn everything we can about individual species, who is their ancestor, what are their preferences, and we put all of that into a house and habitat. So we like to ask questions like, if a duck could build his own house, what would it look like, and why would it look like that? We also provide a high level of medical care to our animals, and this is one of our biggest costs as a nonprofit. A lot of our animals are coming directly out of the industrial food system, and so they come with a lot of physical issues. Or they might have things about their bodies that were bred into them for those industries that cause ongoing problems. We also care for a number of disabled residents who need a little bit of extra TLC from time to time, including Percy here, who is our elderly one-legged rooster. And in addition to the animals, we have education programs and ways that you can meet them. So you can volunteer. We host tours. We have free field trips for students. And we also have a week-long special summer camp program called Camp Compassion. And really one of the key parts of what we're trying to accomplish at the refuge is a space where humans and farm animals can interact authentically in a place where those animals feel safe enough and feel free enough to truly be themselves. And unfortunately, in our culture, in our society, that's a rare opportunity. I know for me, before I got into rescue work, I didn't have much experience interacting with farm animals. Places like petting zoos or the fair, and those are not spaces where those animals feel safe enough to really show us who they are. But those who do visit the refuge, it is undeniable that so many of the animals want to connect with us, and that they are able to give and receive love in ways that are not so different than our cats, our dogs, or even ourselves. Medical emergencies, I was unable to bring any of them here today, but I do have some stories to share. And the first story is about a very special goat named Sweet Mama. Now, Sweet Mama was raised on a dairy farm in western North Carolina, and just like on all dairy farms, she went through a process every year where she was impregnated, she would give birth, her babies would be taken, and then the milk was used for human consumption. And after about 7 years of this, her body started to just wear down. And as a result, she wasn't producing as much milk anymore. And the farm decided that she was worthless. And they sent her to a slaughter auction. And that would have been the end of her story. But as we later learned, getting to know her, Sweet Mama was a fighter, and she somehow managed to escape and jump 2 fences, at least, and run across a highway where she was found by some cows, who I imagine were probably wondering what this little mini cow was doing in their pasture. And luckily, she was also found by a kind woman. And this woman took pity on Sweet Mama. Sweet Mama was not in good shape. She was pretty thin. She could hardly walk, which we still don't understand how she escaped. And so this woman started bringing her food every day, every other day. And a couple weeks into this, one morning, she arrived, and to her surprise, found Sweet Mama in the middle of giving birth to not 1, but 2 kids who came to be known as Ace and Ivy. And so when Sweet Mama escaped, she not only saved her own life, but she saved the lives of her unborn twins. And it was at that time where the farmer who had these cows said, 3 goats is too much. They're too rambunctious. They gotta go. And that's when they came to our sanctuary as our first rescued goats in 2015. And, you know, the love that they had for one another was palpable. It was the first time in Sweet Mama's life that she got to nurse and raise and keep her babies. And every day almost, we would see them out in the pasture, all snuggled together. We used to call them the 3-headed goat because they were so intertwined. Even when the babies grew up, they wanted to snuggle with their mama. And so although the special family, Sweet Mama, Ace, and Ivy, have now all passed on, sadly from a disease they inherited from the dairy industry, we'll never forget them and the impact that they had on so many people who met them. The next story I want to tell you is about a little chicken named Hope. Now, when you run an animal sanctuary, you're kind of never sure what every day will bring. It's always a little different, and you can be surprised. And one morning, we were going about our regular chores, you know, opening the chicken house, feeding the sheep, when this car came down the driveway. And this very distraught woman got out and said, "I found this chicken on the side of the road, but I don't know what to do." And when I saw her, I was pretty worried. You know, she was breathing, but she wasn't moving very much. She wasn't opening her eyes. And so I told this woman, well, we're going to do our best, but I'm not sure what's going to happen. And so we rushed her to the vet. And poor little Hope could not even raise her head off of the exam table. She had fallen off a truck on the way to the slaughterhouse and then had been hit by a second vehicle as well. So she had severe head trauma. She had blood coming from her nose and eyes and ears, and it was a serious situation. And the vet did everything that he could, and then he said, well, now it's going to be up to you guys and up to her whether or not she makes it. So we brought her home, and we got her all snuggled up in our clinic, and for the first 2 weeks, we had to tube feed her because she couldn't eat for herself. We had to give her fluids because she couldn't drink. But slowly but surely, this little creature started to show signs of life. First, she would open one eye out of curiosity and look at us. Then she would try the other eye. And when she ate her first bit of food by herself, I remember it was some canned pumpkin. We were all celebrating. We knew she was on the road to recovery. And soon enough, it was time for her to go out and meet some of our chickens. And when she did, it was the first time in her life that she saw grass. And it was the first time that she felt the earth between her toes and the sun shining on her feathers. Because chickens like Hope are raised in industrial farms, where 99% of animal products come from now. In those situations, they're indoors, and they're denied all of their natural desires. But I'm happy to say that Hope is still with us. She is now an elderly chicken. She lives in our aviary, and she is enjoying her best chicken life. Now, the last story I want to tell you is about a little calf named Benny. Now, like Sweet Mama, Benny was born on a dairy farm. But he was born as a male, and that was his first problem. As you can imagine, on dairy farms, males are pretty useless because they don't produce milk. On top of that, he was born with crooked front legs. And so the farmer decided to quote, "He was not even worth the bullet in my gun," and decided to walk him into the woods to just leave him there to perish. And while this was happening, someone was coming by and wondered what was going on with this calf. And when this woman was told what was happening to him, on a whim she said, "Well, can I have him?" And the farmer, not really believing he had much value in life, said sure, and passed him over the fence to her. Now she put him in the back of her car and took him home. And luckily she realized her living room was not an appropriate place to raise a calf. And she shortly got in contact with a rescue. And they took him in. They made sure he got all the nutrition he needed, and they even made him special braces for his front legs to straighten them. And life was looking up for Benny. He grew up to be a strong steer, And he even made friends with another cow, Roz, who was also at the rescue and also a survivor from the dairy industry. But then things took a turn for the worse when the sanctuary he was at had to suddenly close. And that's when we were able to come and bring Benny and Roz to the refuge where they now live. And it was not long after coming to the refuge that we started to hear the same statements and the same questions over and over again from volunteers and visitors who met him. I've never seen a cow that big. How much does he weigh? How much does his head weigh? How tall is he? And that's when it struck us. It was not unusual for a cow like Benny to grow his size. It was just unusual for him to be given the chance to grow up. And so people aren't used to seeing what a full-sized male dairy cow looks like. Now since that time, Benny today is hanging out with his friend, with 6 more cows that are part of his herd. He's been having a wonderful time these past couple months, eating lots of pumpkins and Christmas trees that the public donates to us after the fall and winter holidays. And he continues to serve as a wonderful ambassador for all the little boy dairy cows out there in the world. Now, in hearing these stories, there was a common theme throughout them, and that's that each one of these animals would not have been rescued if it wasn't for one individual who saw them and cared and took action. And so I would ask everybody here to ask yourselves the question of, what are my own personal values and feelings about how animals should be treated? And are my actions and are my dollars in alignment with those values? And if not, what are some things I could do to start to shift and to change that? Because I believe we all want to live in a world where animals are safe and happy. But our society tells us that we shouldn't care, or we should just look away. But what a wonderful world it would be if we were brave enough to look truth in the face. Now, the refuge is here as a resource and also a place that you can ask questions, consider new ideas, and feel safe in doing that. And if you'd like to get involved in the work we're doing, you can do that in a number of ways too. One way you can help support us is to sponsor an individual animal. In doing so, you get their rescue story and portrait mailed to you, and you help provide us with sustainable funds so that we can be here for Benny and Hope and all the animals into the future. You can also go on our website and learn more about volunteering. If you want to come to visit when our tour season starts in March, we would love to see you there. And I've also included my email if anybody wants to reach out to me directly. So again, I want to thank you all so much for having me. And if anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Thank you.
Each week, we take a monetary offering to support the social justice work we do in our community. This support comes in the form of donations. Appropriately, for the month of January, our plate offering goes to support animal advocacy. You can donate by putting cash or a check in the basket. Please make checks out to UUCH and put plate in the subject line, or you can donate by going online to our website or using the QR code in your bulletin.
Our religion is this beautiful earth, forests and fields and trees. My religion is this web of life and my connection to all beings. My of life and my connection to all beings. My religion is the wheel of the year and the moon and stars above. My religion is to hold all of this with love, love, love.
Please join me in the prayer of collective gratitude found in your order of service. For the love that surrounds us every morning, for the friends beside us, and for the generous gifts just received, let us be truly grateful. Please rise and body your spirit as we sing our closing hymn. We celebrate the web of life. It's number 175 in the gray hymnal. Our closing words are a quote by Edward Everett Hale. I am only one, but still I am one. I cannot do everything, but still I can do something. And because I cannot do everything, I will not refuse to do the something that I can do. Please join me with the words in your order of service as we extinguish the chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Go in peace, my friends, and blessed be.